Hello everyone, welcome back to EduHunt video lecture series. We have discussed previously with reptiles, that is a class of vertebrates. In this session we are going to explain or we are going to discuss about aves. Aves are nothing but birds. Birds, by saying this, we have a picture of flight. That is, they fly in the sky. They fly in the air. These are the various pictures of birds. They are very beautiful. And this is various birds. You can see, this is a Google image where you can see beautiful birds on the screen. This is owl, a peacock, a male bird which is very beautiful, and it is duck, and all these are different beautiful birds. We are going to explain about that beautiful birds. They belong to class Aves. Birds belong to class Aves. And study of birds is known as ornithology. Ornithology is the study of birds. If you remember the movie Robo 2.0, Akshay Kumar's role is a bird's lover, and he tries to protect, not the lover, actually he is a researcher, and he tries to preserve or conserve the bird, different birds. He tries to protect the birds. So he studied ornithology. He is an ornithologist, the one who works with the birds and study of birds, and who takes research in birds is known as ornithologist, and the study of birds is known as ornithology, and study of birds' nest is called nidology or nidology. Birdman of India, Dr. Salim Ali, who is a famous ornithologist of India, and he had a research on several birds, their migration, their details, every detail. If we ask him, he explains the details of each and every bird. And he studied about birds. Study of birds migration is called phenology, and study of birds is ornithology. Study of birds migration is called phenology, and Birdman of India is Dr. Salim Ali, and study of birds nest is called nidology. And important features, let us see, let us watch a video. I have a beautiful video that shows how a bird weaves a nest. Watch the video. Yes, this is a beautiful video. It shows their efforts and their talent. These are the natural engineers, nature's engineers. Birds are nature's engineer. They can weave their own nest. What is the study of nests? That is nidology. Keep it aside. Let's move into the topic. What are the important features of birds? Aves. These are homeothermic animals, that is, they maintain body temperature as constant, also called endothermic and warm-blooded animals, as we have. Body's temperature is highest among vertebrates, that is 40 to 45 degrees centigrade. And exoskeleton, that is ectodermal in origin. The ectoderm gives rise to the exoskeleton, and exoskeleton is in the form of feathers and claws. Feathers, even beak and claws. They form the exoskeleton, and characteristic feature of birds is presence of feathers. Presence of feathers make them unique among vertebrates. Forelimbs are modified into wings, and the hind limbs are for walking. So these are bipedal. And body is streamlined, that is, it is projected and it is pointed at the anterior end so as to fly in the air to reduce the friction. Air resistance. It faces the air resistance while it is flying in the air. To reduce that, their body is like pointed towards the anterior side, and stomach is absent, but crop and gizzard are present. And respiration is pulmonary type of respiration, that is through lungs, and lungs are inelastic in nature and supplemented with air sacs, and residual air is absent, because these are all adaptations to fly. They have to fly in the air. To fly in the air, their body weight must be low, and they have pneumatic bones, like bones filled with, they are not hard enough, they are filled with air. Like these are some of the adaptations that show for flying. And sound box, which is also called syrinx and is present at the base of the trachea. We have larynx, they have syrinx, which is a sound box. Ours is a voice box, there is sound box. Kidney is metanephros, and urinary bladder is absent, because if it is there, the urinary bladder stores the urine. So if it stores, the body weight increases. To avoid that, they do not possess the urinary bladder, and these are uricotelic animals. Uricotelic is nothing but they excrete uric acid. Heart is four-chambered and richest blood amongst vertebrates, that is with the maximum RBC per millimeter cubic millimeter. Only right systemic arch is present, left is absent. Why? Because this is also another adaptation. And to some of the body parts, if they minimize the systems in this way, their body weight will get reduced. Cranial nerves are 12 pairs, and olfactory lobes are reduced, and eyes are telescopic vision they have, and they have a pectin and attached to choroid, and also middle ear with a single ear ossicle is present, and nictitating membrane that is present in the eye. Nictitating membrane is present in the eyes, and uropygeal glands, also called preen glands. These are oil glands. They secrete oil, and this oil is helpful in cleaning the feathers. This is present at the posterior end of the body, and it releases oil, and this oil cleans the body. So feather dressing, it is called feather dressing. It is helpful in feather dressing. And gut opens through the cloaca. Cloaca is the posterior opening of the body. And these are the some of the examples of birds. It is penguin, you know that. This is owl, ostrich. Some of the birds are can fly and others are not. In adult females, the ovary and oviduct of the right side, they degenerate. I said the right side organs are degenerated because to reduce the body weight so as to enable in flying. Oviparous, it is the birds are oviparous and the eggs are cleidoic. Cleidoic eggs are adaptation of the terrestrial animals. Extra embryonic membranes like amnion, chorion, allantois are present, and that is why it falls in the group amniota. And allantois acts as a urinary bladder in the embryo, not in the adult. As we have seen that, as we have mentioned that in adults the urinary bladder is absent. It is one of the adaptations for flight, and development is direct, that is absence of larva. Without larva form, directly the eggs hatch up into young ones. Bones are spongy, called pneumatic bones, and bone marrow canal is absent, and skull is monocondylic, and vertebrae have heterocoelous centrum, and few vertebrae of thoracic region, and all vertebrae of lumbar and sacral region. These are the vertebrates. It is the vertebral column. Right from after head, we have so many vertebrae. Like this, we divide the vertebrae into thoracic, lumbar, sacral, like that. And a few of the thoracic vertebrae and all vertebrae of lumbar and sacral region, they fuse at the caudal region to form a synsacrum. Synsacrum is a structure formed by the fusion of the vertebrae at the tail region. And posterior caudal vertebrae fuse to form pygostyle. Caudal vertebrae fuse to form pygostyle, which is a very important feature. And two clavicles, they fused with the interclavicle to form a fork-shaped structure, and this bone is called furcula or wishbone or bone of Merithod. Usually people who eat non-veg, that is chicken, like that, they feel that if they get the wishbone, they'll wish and dreams will be fulfilled. They think like that. And this is the two clavicles, they fuse with the interclavicle to form the bone called furcula bone, presence of furcula bone. And carpals and metacarpals, these are the digits. Carpals and metacarpals fuse to form carpo-metacarpus and or wing bone, and tarsals, even tarsals and metatarsals also fuse to form tarso-metatarsus. And ribs are double-headed with uncinate process. The ribs are double-headed with uncinate process, and sternum is keeled, that is they are not flat, they have a keel, some attachment for attachment of flight muscles. Examples of these birds are pigeon, Columba livia, crow, Corvus splendens, and parrot, Psittacula, peacock, Pavo cristatus, penguin, Atenoditis, and vulture, Neophron, ostrich, Struthio camellus. These are the examples of the birds, various birds. Let's see one more video.
Top 7. Extremely impressive. Bird's nest.
So these are the top 10 nests woven by various birds. These are the nature's engineers. And we have finished discussing about various general characteristic features of the class Aves. In the next session, we'll be going to discuss about various classes or the superclasses, subclasses, that is classification of Aves. And also why the classification is done and based on the on which criteria for the classification. All these things will be dealt in the next session. Goodbye.